So today, we're going to dive into a pretty radical way of looking at reality, a cosmic event that some sources call the true Great Reset. We're going to break down its core components, piece by piece, drawing from a really unique perspective that lays out this grand cyclical blueprint for the entire cosmos. Let's get right into it. Right off the bat, you can see this isn't being framed as some human political agenda. We need to forget all that. This is described as something much more fundamental, a divine mechanism, like a cyclical reboot of reality itself, a cosmic judgment, a cleansing, and then a fresh start. So the big question is, how does it all work? Well, to really get our heads around this cosmic reboot, we have to move past our usual way of thinking. Simple duality, good versus evil, light versus dark, that kind of thing. This source presents a totally different model, a divine trinity that acts as the engine for, well, everything.
Yeah, that's right. It's not about two opposing forces clashing. It's about three perfectly interlocking principles that form the very foundation of our reality. And they have names: Alpha, Beta, and Omega. Let's break down each one.
All right, first up, Alpha. Think of this as the foundation, the structure itself. It's the divine blueprint that all of reality is built upon. The source gives us some really powerful ways to think about this. It calls Alpha the noun, the thing itself, the substance. It's the rock, that stable, solid, unchanging foundation. And maybe most importantly, it's the lock. It represents all this stored, dormant potential, just sitting there, waiting for the right key. And here, we can flesh that out a bit. Alpha is described as cold, magnetic, and having a negative or zero charge. It's receptive, not active. Its whole job is to be the great archive. The moon itself is even described as a kind of cosmic computer system storing every piece of information. And that symbol, the downward triangle, it represents this idea perfectly. It's a chalice, a cup, just waiting to be filled. Okay, so if Alpha is that stable, cold structure, what comes next? Well, that would be the second principle, Beta. And Beta is the complete opposite. If Alpha is the blueprint, Beta is the dynamic, creative fire that brings it to life. I mean, the contrast couldn't be clearer, right? Beta is the verb. It's the action. It is the key that's perfectly designed to fit into Alpha's lock. And it's the catalyst, the force that actually sparks all the change and creation in the universe. Beta's nature is hot, radiative, and passionate, carrying a positive charge. Its function is to be the great broadcast, so it takes all that information stored away in Alpha's archive and radiates it out into the cosmos, like a cosmic radiation. And its symbol, the upward triangle, represents the blade, an active, penetrating force. So when you put them side by side like this, it really starts to click. Alpha is the lock, Beta is the key. Alpha is the noun, Beta is the verb. One is cold, magnetic potential, the other is hot, radiative action. It's this perfect, beautiful opposition. But where is all this happening? What's the stage for this cosmic drama? And that's where our third and absolutely crucial principle comes into play, Omega. This is the container, the context, the very stage for this whole cosmic play. See, Omega is the neutral force that holds everything together. It doesn't take sides. It simply provides the space, the possibility for Alpha and Beta to even interact. It is the great balancing principle that allows this cosmic game to be played at all. Its nature is just pure balance and neutrality, no charge. Its function is to be the game board, and that means the physical realm itself, our universe. It's the very fabric of space and time, the laws of physics, that Alpha and Beta operate within. And the circle symbol? Well, that makes perfect sense, doesn't it? It's the ultimate container that holds everything. Okay, so let's recap. We've got the blueprint, which is Alpha, we've got the energy, which is Beta, and we have the stage, which is Omega. Now we get to the really good part, the unification of this entire trinity, which is the whole purpose of this cosmic cycle. So what's the point of it all? What is the ultimate purpose of this incredible cosmic dance? I mean, it's not just happening for no reason, right? There has to be a goal, an end product to this whole cosmic process. So what is it? So check this out. First, you have the chalice of Alpha, that downward triangle filled with potential. Second, you bring in the blade of Beta, that upward triangle of pure energy. And finally, they merge. According to this text, the Star of David isn't just a symbol, it is a literal diagram of this cosmic union happening.
And the result of this great union? The birth of something completely new, a being that embodies all three principles in perfect, total harmony, the awakened monarch.
This monarch is, well, it's the ultimate synthesis. It's the blueprint, it's the energy, and it's the container, all unified into a single conscious entity. It's the whole shebang, fully integrated. And that brings us to the final and frankly pretty mind-blowing idea here. The entire purpose of reality, of this whole game, is to produce this one fully realized being. The cycle turns, the reset happens, all to create the final boss.